Okay, today we are playing a game on Eichenwald. We are in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing Reinhardt the entire way through. We are also on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. The current team composition is Reinhardt, Roadhog, McCree, Torbjorn, Moira, and Zenyatta. No Hanzo. Feels bad, man. And that's all I have to say about it, so let's start the game. So we have to defend Eichenwald first, which everybody likes doing. It's not as terrible as attacking Eichenwald. Fortunately, we've already killed Junkrat, so that's a great start. And then we decide that we don't want to live anymore. The regret we feel from taking another human's life weighs heavily on us, and we just immediately charge into the entire enemy team. Don't do that. Charging out of the choke point is almost never the correct decision on any map. Especially not into the entire enemy team. Don't put the shield up, like, right here. There's no reason to do so, and that just resets the regen. And we, again, charge all the way out of the choke point. At least this time, most of their team was still respawning, so it wasn't that bad, but, you know, still shouldn't do that. We shouldn't be doing what we're doing right now, either. That is to say, fighting them in front of their spawn. Not a great idea. We have managed to build up Earthshatter. Considering how many people we've been hitting, that's not exactly surprising, but oh no, suddenly 2 people have died because we've been performing an illegal maneuver this entire time, and it just took a while for the punish to come through. So we did manage to Earthshatter them right there. We get lucky more than anything else, because we start Earthshattering when he, like, jumps forward, and then we're like, let's go. Fortunately, he took it down again. That's not really a great opening to do it with, because if the Reinhardt takes the shield down and starts jumping around in front of you, that should mean that he's trying to bait you, because it's stupid to take your shield down and just start hopping around in front of the other Reinhardt unless you're trying to bait him. He probably didn't really think about us actually having Earthshatter, but that wasn't a great opening to try for the Earthshatter on. We got lucky, though, and he took the shield down again, so we ended up hitting them all anyway. And even though 2 people died on our team, we managed to stop them dead in their tracks by Earth-shattering them, so that gave people enough time to start regrouping. I think we just let our shield break. I'm not going to go all the way back to it, but don't do that. That's bad, you know, because when it gets broken, it goes on cooldown. And you always want to be able to have access to the shield, because even 1 health can stop an entire D.Va ultimate. So unfortunately, we just used Fire Strike after we heard Riptire start up, and Fire Strike's one of the better abilities for killing the tire. Also, don't Fire Strike when you already have Earthshatter built up, because the whole point of using Fire Strike is to build up Earthshatter. So if you're using Fire Strike when you already have Earthshatter, it's not doing anything unless the Fire Strike is actually going to kill someone, and it just gives the enemy Reinhardt more opportunities to Earthshatter you. And the damage won't amount to anything, and you're not getting anything out of it, so unless you're going to kill someone. So they've started slipping through the doorway, which is always bad. Once they start getting through the doorway, it tends to be hard to stop them on Eichenwald, and I just want to point out that Reinhardt really fucking hated that turret, didn't he? Good heavens. So yes, we're going to lose this checkpoint now. Once you start losing ground on Eichenwald, it tends to continue to happen. It's that kind of map that, like, the choke point's really fucking good, but once you get through the choke point, the rest of the map is not so good for defending. The best you can usually do is just fall back to the point and hope they only attack you from one side, which is usually asking too much. What button did I push on my computer that did that? On my keyboard, rather. I guess it was that email button that's at the top of it. Okay, sure. Why not? Actually opened a new tab, but, you know, whatever. So, we've, Zenyatta just got mad staggered right at the start of this push, and we're really low health, so we have to just leave. We do indeed decide to leave. It took us a little while to actually leave, but we decided to leave. relatively minor thing. Going through the door on the right is easier to get killed for, so it's better to go for the one on the left if you're running away with low health, because the enemy can see through that door so much easier than the one on the left, and the one on the left also has a large health kit in it as well, so we'd be able to get out here quicker. But it is the sort of thing unlikely to matter. We walked right into that trap. Feels bad, man. I don't know why we're doing this anyway. We shouldn't be going the way that we're going right now. And it was to do this. Don't recommend it. Yeah, don't do it. I think there's actually, like, I'm pretty sure there was an angle where we could do that so that we don't pin Reinhardt, and we just, like, bump him off the edge instead, because the side swipe on charge is actually a pretty big knockback, but we shouldn't have done any of what we did. It went better than it should have done, but that's one of those plays that revolves around the enemy team being bad, and any play that revolves around the enemy team being bad is itself a bad play. So we should not have done any of that. We should have actually just, like, grouped with our team and gone across the bridge and, you know, attacked them, as you typically do. It worked out, so great, that feels good, but it shouldn't have. And I'm sort of upset that it did. I'm quite upset that it did, actually. So we're kind of just, like, moving around for no particular reason here, and we're standing behind people on our team right now. We have to actually, like, move towards the enemy team and, like, make sure that we aren't just, like, behind everyone, because, like, there's, like, you know, they're just in front of us now. What we can do is we can just go up and stand underneath the bridge at this point, because they're starting to back up as well, or, like, just outside the bridge, because Hanzo is actually up there, so if we go, like, under the bridge, he's just going to start pelting us in the skull. But we at least want to be, like, in front of our teammates, if nothing else. And you can angle the shield up slightly so that you're still blocking blocking Hanzo and the team below. But Hanzo is still behind us on the top of that bridge, as far as I know. So that's, you know, got to bear that in mind as well. Reinhardt's behind us, isn't he? Hold on. Go back. Because Reinhardt goes right, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. He went left. He's still behind us. Because he actually just killed Roadhog behind us. I thought he went right and went through the underground passage. He's actually gone through the castle and gotten behind us. Yeah, he's just killed Roadhog, which means that he's probably behind us right now, because that was where I last saw Roadhog. No, he ended up over there. What the fuck was going on in that castle? Jesus, he's just emerged out of that tunnel instead. We can hear Tac Visor, and we're looking for him. I'm pretty sure I heard it, like, through the left ear. Surround sound headsets are cool. Took us a while to find him. Not that it was going to matter if we found him faster in this instance, but it took us a while to find him, which is not ideal. Because Tac Visor is one of those ultimates where you have a pretty narrow window to actually stop it from killing everybody. What was that spray? It looked like Kog'Maw. Oh, it's Butcher. Okay, I don't know, I just thought that was fucking Kog'Maw. I was like, what the fuck is that doing on the wall? So, basically, like, get fucked. Soldier was gonna fuck us up on that push regardless. Don't bother picking up the health kit. You're gonna die. Just die faster. We ended up giving Genji slightly more ult charge by picking up the health kit and thereby letting him do more damage to us, because we were gonna die right there. There was no way we were stopping that one. So we do have Earth Shatter built up. This is, I find, a very easy point to Earth Shatter people on, because they're always grouped up in this hallway. Saw Hanzo start using the dragon, so we duck out of the way. So we want to Earth Shatter these boys real bad right now. You can hear the Rip Tire starting up, and it's killed people behind us. Zenyatta's using Transcendence. Nope. He's not doing anything. That means he can just put the shield up whenever he so desires to do so. And, provided your latency is good enough, you can react and put the shield up in time to block Earth Shatter. Just on reaction, without even actually planning for it. But, he's not doing anything. If he's not doing anything, then he can just put the shield up and block it, as he did so right there. When we're trying to get the Earth Shatter on the other Reinhardt, we're really waiting for him to do something that he can't stop easily, or we're waiting for him to just, like... Or we're gonna read what he's gonna do, basically. So if he's just, like, walking around with his shield down, be careful about that one, because if the Reinhardt is walking around in front of you with his shield just down, assume he's trying to bait you, unless you have figured out that the other Reinhardt is bad and is just doing that. Sometimes they do just walk around in front of you with their shield down, because... I don't know, they play Genji or something like that. But until you've figured out if they're bad, just assume that they're trying to bait you. And the easiest way I find to do is just wait for him to start using Fire Strike, because as soon as you just see him, like, take the hammer down below him to start it up, you just push the button and get him. So, Mercy's actually killed herself, and now Moira's also dead. So we just want to go, basically, right now. Unfortunately, we didn't quite manage to pin that Reinhardt right there. Where are these turrets that are killing everybody? They're on the bridge behind us. It's unfortunate. As a Reinhardt, it's not really your job to break the turrets on the bridge, so, like... It's just upsetting that that's how this went down. So Fire Strike's not the way to go right here. So here's what you do as Reinhardt. When somebody like Symmetra or Reaper is just trying to like push through your shield to kill you. And you're low health, basically, right? So Reinhardt's hammer imparts a certain amount of momentum on the enemy when you actually hit them. Let me change the color on this because that's going to be bad. And the first swing always goes right. So here's what you do with someone like Symmetra. You swing at them, and you're going to push them that way, right? And while you push them that way, you're going to start going that way. Because then you because you're going to push them that way, and you're going to put space between you. And you're going to swing. As soon as the hammer makes contact with them, just put the shield right back up again, right? Don't, like, keep swinging. So you swing. Push him left, you move right while you're doing that, put the shield back up, and then you just keep repeating that. And because it puts momentum on them, and you're going in the opposite direction, it's actually annoying for them to get through the shield at that point. And someone like Reaper Symmetra, they don't actually have that many hit points, so you've only got to do that like twice, and at that point they're going to start thinking twice about actually pushing through your shield at that point. Fire Strike is definitely not the way to go, because you can't put your shield up for such a long time when you start using Fire Strike. Fire Strike's animation doesn't seem like it's that long until you have used Fire Strike and then immediately wanted to put your shield back up, and then you're like, Jesus Christ, this is the longest animation in the world. Yeah, so you hit him left, you go right. Works with Reaper as well. Though if Reaper's real confident, he'll Wraith through you and get you regardless, but that's the theory anyway. And you've only got to do it a couple of times and they'll start thinking twice about actually going for you. So, it sucks when I hate when there's turrets there. You as Reinhardt kind of just have to hope someone else breaks them off, because you can't really, like, take your shield down and start just swinging at the turrets on the bridge, because you'll get shot from behind while you're doing that. And I'm taking a lot of damage. So their teleporter is actually broken, and they've started losing people on their team, so, you know, we want to go right now. We shouldn't really charge, because we're, like, this charge, I mean, we shouldn't charge, because we're charging so very far right now. It's just, like, hoping we hit someone, basically. And, you want your charge to be as short as possible, because you want the enemy team to have less time to react to you, basically. What we should have done, really, is just, like, walk in front of the team and then advance with the shield. Because that's what Reinhardt actually does to, like, advance on people. Tac visor's happening behind us. Oh god, no. Soldier is using tac visor behind us. He's up there. He's on the building right now. We can't do that. We have to actually start blocking tac visor instead. I know there's other stuff happening, but Soldier's the most threatening thing at that point. Oh, McCree, you're bad. Shot her right in the chrono accelerator and it still doesn't kill her. What? Or trap her in some kind of temporal fluctuation. Tracer's weird. What was I saying? It was partway through making it. Yeah, other stuff was happening, but, like, Soldier was the most threatening thing at the time. You can just, like, keep walking on these boys also. Like, we want both of the people over here dead, Soldier and McCree. Like, we can just start walking on them and push them further away from our team. Because, like, they're the things that are scary, right? Like, yeah, D.Va's over here. D.Va's over here. But we have a Mei on our team, so she should be able to handle that. Because, you know, this is how Reinhardt actually pushes into places. You just hold the shield up and, like, walk straight at them. The thing is, Reinhardt players never want to do that. They always want to just charge in. I know. I understand. But, like, the actual best thing to do in most situations is hold right-click and W. And you will... And they will not know what to do, actually, most of the time. As long as you aren't just pushing forward in, like, a really dumb situation, the other Reinhardt usually goes, oh, fuck, oh, Jesus, oh, Christ, he's just, like, walking at me with a shield. What do I do about that one? Most people who play Reinhardt are really bad at Reinhardt, so it's, if you start just walking towards them, they tend to not know what to do, actually, until quite high SR. Especially since no one really likes playing Reinhardt. Whoever is playing Reinhardt probably got forced to play Reinhardt. So we got stuck. That feels bad. If you're in the Graviton as Reinhardt and you get stuck, specifically, spin around so that your shield at least blocks the explosion from hitting the other people. Because otherwise it'll hit them regardless. If you get stuck. If it's on the shield, that's a different matter. So, you know, we got stuck in the grab. Feels bad, man. Whatever. It's not exactly a terrible place to get killed because this payload's right fucking here again. Nerf this. Don't need to do that. There's no need to hold the shield up right there because we know no one is behind us. So all we do is just take 1,000 damage for no reason. Because we can just get behind the wall. We've got ample time to do so, and we know that Soldier's gonna get out of the way, right? Like, no problem. And nobody else is behind us, so we should have just gotten out of the way. We just took 1,000 shield damage for, like, no reason right there. And, you know, shield management's an important aspect of Reinhardt. So that was gonna hit D.Va, but it ended up hitting Tracer, which is even better than if it had hit D.Va, and Tracer's upset about that one. Tilting your opponents is an important aspect of this game. So, quite a few of our team are actually dead right now. And McCree is above us, which is also inconvenient. Here's D.Va. Do they not have a Reinhardt anymore? Because the other tank they have is Zarya, right? That was not good. We probably thought that was Soldier, because we hear Soldier using tac visor. Soldier's up there. No, we can't have thought that was Soldier. We were looking right at Soldier at the time. So we end up only hitting Tracer with it, which, and I mean, you know, dealt with the Tracer situation, but only hitting Tracer with Earth Shatter is not a great use of company resources. Yeah, they have D.Va Zarya. Fucking... There's nothing I love more than playing Reinhardt against a team that doesn't have a Reinhardt, because it just makes it so easy to Earth Shatter people. The biggest skill testing aspect of Reinhardt is outplaying the other Reinhardt. If there's no other Reinhardt to outplay, it's so easy. You just wait for 3 people to be in a line and bam, easy. So again, we start charging really far away, which is not a great idea, especially to someone like Zarya, because she just, like, bubble as well on reaction, and, like, the charge ends up doing nothing. You just don't want your charge to be, like, across the map. You want the charge to be as short as possible. So, we've gotten up to the 3rd checkpoint. 2 of them are dead right now already, so that's a great start. They will be back in time, because they were also 2 fast heroes, so they're going to be, like, back here in ample time. Their team comp has actually gotten quite bad. I think they're 4 DPS at this point. So that's, you know, that's great for them. That's always my favorite, when the enemy team starts getting tilted for no reason, or when your team starts getting tilted for no reason, and you just watch as slowly your team comp becomes more and more DPS heroes. So, there's a lot happening right now. I'm gonna have to go back on that one. Again, charging super far away. On someone like Genji, like, you know, that's not gonna work. He's got so many ways to get out of the way. Again, better off just, like, yeah, you want the Dragon Blade situation dealt with, but, like, you can't really do much from that position. And he's actually not even gonna kill anybody, because Mei's in her ice block and nobody else is close to him, so he's actually, like, using Dragon Blade badly on top of that. Like, we're just better off blocking the people who are over in this direction at this point, because like, if Genji comes over here and gets in range to us, we can just start hitting him, and that's, like, fine. And right now he's out of range of us. The charge is so far, and Genji is so mobile that it's not likely to work. We're just better off blocking the people in this direction, because we can actually block them and then deal with Genji if he comes into range, because us charging is just really unlikely to do anything unless Genji is really bad, like really, really bad. Which, as it turns out, he was, because, I mean, that was a really bad use of Dragon Blade, but hey, it's what he decided to do, right? So, again, like, that's hoping someone just, like, walks around the corner into it. Like, I'd rather we just go and start hitting them, and then we can use the pin on, like, somebody as they're coming out of the spawn, if we need to. You know, when you're charging someone, basically, whenever you push charge, you want to know what you're doing with the charge. You're not just using it hoping that somebody gets pinned or that it somehow works out. Like, you want to charge deliberately, right? You're not just hoping it works. Feels bad, man. Which usually means that, like, it's a confined location, or you've done a lot of math to try and pin the person, or it's a tank. Most of the time, charging someone is just to, like, pin a tank or somebody who is, like, out of position and fucking up. So we've got to defend first because they have less time. Somebody is on the objective behind us, but that's not our responsibility as Reinhardt. Don't keep putting the shield up because it's resetting the cooldown on the regeneration. Mei just killed McCree, so that's very nice. I'm sure McCree's stoked about that one. Can't just go forward and start swinging in this position, because, you know, we definitely want to, but there's too many people in front of us who do, like, a lot of damage. So we can't really just, like, go forward and start swinging at them, especially since I think we were also not full health when we started doing it. Yeah, we're, like, half health right now, and then we, like, let's go. Not allowed to go right there. Like, they've even got a Widowmaker. She'll kill you real fast. So, stop putting the shield up, because the shield right now is so fragile as to basically be useless to us right now. We need to actually, like, and they're gonna get one push in. We want the shield to be healthy when they come in for their next push, because that's gonna be the one that matters. And we just keep putting up during this fight when there isn't really anything left to block. Like, people are running off in front of us, so, like, even if we put the shield up right now, they're shooting at Mei, right? Like, Mei is the one up in front right now. And, like, there's not even that many people left at this point, so, like, don't just, like, keep flicking the shield up when it's so low health like that, because a shield that's at, like, 200 health is, like, basically useless. You just need to start letting it regen at that point, because, as we've established, we don't want to let our shield break, and at 200 health, the shield can break so easy that it's basically useless to be holding it up. And if somebody's in front of you, they'll probably be shooting that person instead. So, things are not looking good for them right now, as I'm sure you can tell by the fact that most of them are dead. We want this Tracer dead. Oh, we just barely missed her, but we got her there. So Widow's on the left. That's scary. We're dead, so can't do much about that one anymore. Torbjorn's using Molten Core, which is really, really hard to push into at the best of times, especially when you don't actually have a tank. and because you're all DPS heroes, and you have to just run onto the point blindly, hoping that you don't die. So, easy. As you can see, there's not a lot of time left on this video. There's definitely not 1 minute and 47 seconds left in this game right here, so... And as you can also probably tell, they've been getting more and more tilted as time has gone by, because their team comp has just gotten steadily worse and worse. So, I think that's the Mercy that did that exact thing the last time we were in this position as well. Oh, look, it's right... Don't do that. That's just, like, gut reaction fire strike right there. Don't do that. Correct play here is actually quite straightforward. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. Shield is relatively healthy. Healthy enough for what we're going to do right here. Walk right here. Charge. And the fucker's dead. That's what you do when you're playing against Bastion as Reinhardt. You want to get, like, right on him. Pin the fucker. You can't do it from, like, any kind of considerable distance, because he'll kill you before you arrive. Lucio's actually just throwing and feeding. He's just feeding and throwing himself off the map right now, because he's just done it again. So, great, wonderful. I'm sure they're pretty stoked about that one. You gotta be real careful. Fuck you, May, says our friend there. Such a stupid-looking skin. You gotta be real careful when you use Fire Strike as Reinhardt, because the animation is very long. So if you start using it and then you used it badly, you will end up dying. Like, if you start using Fire Strike while the enemy Reinhardt is, like, next to you, the correct response for that Reinhardt is just to pin you at that point, because he can't countercharge anymore when you start using Fire Strike. Gotta be careful when you use Fire Strike. Real easy to get punished for that and just get killed, because the animation is so long. The thing that stood out the most in this game is just that we never really used Earth Shatter that well, basically. There was a one time that did work well, but, like, it wasn't supposed to have worked well. Oh, no. There was the one on the first checkpoint defense as well. I lied. We didn't use Earth Shatter well many times during this game. And Earth Shatter is the biggest aspect of playing Reinhardt, because it's all about Earth Shattering the enemy team. His ultimate's really good. So, that would be the thing I would say to work on, is ult execution. Which is usually the case with Overwatch. You want your ult execution to be really good, because it turns out ultimates are really strong. I know, startling, isn't it? So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. And I hope you found the video helpful.